Hello, how you guys doing? Hope you're having a good day here. Good weekend. Uh, I'm gonna try to have a good weekend as well. I hope you're doing fine. Well, this has been interesting month. I've been wanting to ask why do some women out here guilt shame a man? They say they want the right man, but they just don't want to go about. They won't accept the reality. I remember back in 2017 when the guys were leaving and going overseas. I knew that it was a trend when the movie came out with Al Grease, and women were, were moping and complaining. And for the past, 14, 15 years, they have been making that journey. And I don't blame them. If I had a way to get some resources, I probably would join right with them because you have some women in this country that do not appreciate men. Some, not all, but some. But I'm gonna start with a few content creators, and you gonna hear from why I said this. You gonna hear from what they've been saying.
If your absolute preference for a man is a good avatar, respectfully yet sternly, stay the fuck away from these men over here who have never been the men that you prefer. Many black women are consistently attracted to a very narrow type of man, and that type of man is often high risk, emotionally unavailable, or socially unstable. And let's be clear, this isn't victimhood. This is a voluntary pursuit of a small pool of unsuitable men, and then frustration when the outcomes fall apart.
Y'all, I don't get how a man fresh out of prison can find a good woman in no time. And y'all, I'm not lying. I've been a probation parole officer for 3 years. So once they're released from prison, they're coming to me.
The problem isn't just the dating pool, it's where the attention is going within that dating pool. So, yes, mate selection is a major factor, but not because black women are incapable of choosing well, it's because many are choosing from survival, pain, and cultural loyalty, not from peace, alignment, or long term thinking. And this often shows up as overinvesting in potential, recycling men who've shown no growth, romanticizing red flags as a trauma to fix, and prioritizing swag, status, or clout over substance. But that doesn't mean that when black women choose these men, that they have no faults of their own. Typically, water seeks its own level, so everything wrong with the small pool of men that they're choosing from, black women tend to mirror their dysfunction, which allows the cycle of toxicity to continue. Meanwhile, the 96.9% get placed under the same umbrella because it's easier for our community to blame all black men instead of blaming the overwhelming majority of black women who are choosing to deal with a small percentage of black men based off of their primitive mating standards. And typically, once those primitive mating standards cause enough trauma, these women will come looking to settle down with the black men who are doing well in life. Or in other words, the men that they ignored for their toxic preferences. I think that we can all be honest and admit that some women just simply aren't attracted to healthy men. Well, until after they've been hurt by the unhealthy ones. But I will say this isn't just personal preference, it's cultural programming. From music to media to household patterns, many black women have been taught to ride or die, hold them down, love through struggle, stay loyal, no matter how unreciprocated the loyalty is. None of that I agree with. However, if your absolute preference for a man is the hood avatar, I want you to do everything that you can to make it work with those types of men. I've seen too many podcasters telling black women not to date who they prefer and go for the good, stable man. What makes you think those men want you and possibly have to deal with the trauma that you have from dealing with your preference? Respectfully, yet sternly, stay the fuck away from these men over here who have never been the men that you prefer. I don't want you and your bad habits corrupting the lives of the majority of black men who deserve the women who have enough sense to give their love to a good man on the front end instead of the back end. It's not that there aren't enough good black men. It's simply that many black women aren't choosing them first. Attraction is not neutral. It's shaped. And when your attraction consistently pulls you towards dysfunction, your outcomes will consistently disappoint. But until attraction itself is questioned and retrained, the cycle will continue. Because no matter how many good black men exist, if women keep choosing the 10% that are unstable, unavailable, or unprepared, then 90% of marriages will never happen in the black community. And I'm not just going to end without giving a little bit of advice. If black women want healthy love, healthy relationships, healthy marriages, here's some things that you need to do. Start choosing from a place of peace, and not from a place of pressure, financial instability, or after you had children at a wedlock with your type. You also need to be loyal to your standards and not just your emotions, and question what you're truly attracted to and why. And if you still believe that all black men are the problem, I encourage you to expand your dating pool, if you can. But just remember, black men are the most forgiving group when it comes to a woman's weight. So even if you decide to date out, keep that in mind, because every other race of men, to include white men, marry black women at the lowest rates. So it's not as easy as your favorite level up black men hating podcasters say it is. And don't worry, black men will be just fine in this global dating market. Before I go, remember this: love built on trauma will never lead to peace, but love built on discernment, that's where the healing begins. Peace.
I tried doing insurance myself.
I couldn't say better. Better than that. He's absolutely right.
Locust Insurance, which is just a box of buck torches.
Hey, this is Raul. Please act right. So I got a comment from a woman who said, "You so-called passport bros can't give us 2 reasons why you don't want to date women in the USA. Most of the reasons that you all give are lame with no validity. Give me a break. Shake my damn head." Well, I can't give you 2, but I can give you 17. And with no further ado, number 1, not just celebrating getting pregnant out of wedlock, but a mother celebrating getting pregnant at the same time as the daughter. Number 2, and when they have the child, dressing a young girl in something that only a grown woman should be wearing, therefore not allowing the child to be a child. If you like the videos that I make and you haven't done so already, take a moment and click that subscribe button and the notification bell and help me get to 100,000 subscribers. I'm almost there, so your sub will be greatly appreciated. Number 3, thinking we're supposed to buy you expensive gifts when you haven't done anything to earn it.
And if he don't buy no Louis, he can't get no Pooch. And if he don't get Dior, I can't be Dior. And if he don't buy me Balenciaga, he can't be my mom. And if he don't take me to Chanel, I'ma give him hell. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Number 4, expecting us to buy you a car on the second date.
Here's a reminder to take him to the dealership on the second date. Take him to the Mercedes-Benz dealership. Let him get your brand new car. We are at dealerships, okay? We're not at the restaurants.
Number 5, not wanting to deal with Botox Barbie in denial.
We no longer want to look filled. We no longer want to look fake. And I'm so glad we're moving past that because it was such a weird trend for the last couple of years.
Right. Number 6, tired of dealing with evil women, even though karma can sometimes get them immediately. Number 7, tired of dealing with these women wearing close to nothing in the gym and then getting upset because a man actually looks at them. At least in this video, the manager, who is a man, is putting her out of the gym for showing up in what looks like her underwear. Good for you, Mr. Manager.
Chamar você lá, você constrange as pessoas. Eu vou levar você até a porta porque não pode. Tá ok.
Number 8, sick and tired of the she can do it, but he can't double standard in Western women.
Is it disrespectful if your boyfriend likes other girls' bikini pictures?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Disrespectful?
Yeah. Totally disrespectful.
Okay. Do you post bikini pictures?
Oh yeah, of course.
Is that not disrespectful to him?
Wait, no. No, it's not.
Why?
It's just different.
What do you mean it's different?
It's just different. I'm female and he's male, so it's different. Because I'm a woman and he's a man, so it's different.
I'm so sorry.
Number 9, tired of women trying to take credit for a man being successful when in reality, Western women wait at the finish line for a man who already is established.
If you see every successful man, it's because they have an amazing woman with them.
Not really. You guys come when we build the castle. Like, you wouldn't date someone who doesn't have his own apartment. So when the guy's a businessman, he's making money, that's when he gets the girl, right? So you guys come when there's a nest. That's why they call you chicks, right?
Number 10, Women doing evil things like crashing this man's car on purpose. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I mention the car was brand new?
Section, you know what I mean?
I got nothing left for me.
And if you stay with her after this, dude, you get exactly what you're asking for.
I know. Can you pull over there?
Live your biggest life in the new GMC Acadia. New 2020.
Number 11. Not having the sense God gave a squirrel to see the warning signs that this is not a good idea.
Damn.
Number 12. Having the audacity to call men broke, yet doing broke woman stuff. These four lovely young ladies ate food at this restaurant and then skipped out on the bill. Then, whoever was driving realized she left the keys on the table. So they all had to come back. And this guy was recording the whole thing. So then the waitress shows up, the young lady in the back, and asks them if they were ready to pay their bill. She gave them separate checks, and she said whoever those keys belong to, you're not getting them until they all pay in full. And now they all know they're on camera.
Y'all shouldn't have walked out. That was criminals. Y'all making us look bad.
Number 13, spreading rumors about the passport bros going out of the country and bringing back HIV, with no proof whatsoever. But saying absolutely nothing when women flat out tell us on social media that she came back with HIV.
I went on a girls trip with a few friends to Jamaica. We just went to go have fun, get away, and I ended up having a little bit too much fun. I ended up having a one-night stand with somebody who worked at the resort, and obviously didn't use protection, came home, and ended up getting really, really sick about a week after I got home. I was in and out of the hospital. They had a hard time finding what was going on because HIV doesn't show up in your blood that quick. And so they finally did a spinal tap. They found HIV in my system, and the rest is history. And here I am.
Number 14, not just wearing a hair weave, but a really bad sewn-in hair weave. Number 15, talking like every woman over 45 years old is a 10 and a queen, and all men over 45 years old have bad health issues.
A lot of average dudes out here expecting this king treatment from us queens. When you're dating over 45, these men got gout, they got bad knees, they sleep with a CPAP machine. They been there, done that. You are a 7 at best, boo.
But she failed to mention that some of these women over 45 years old can't do a cartwheel.
Put your arms straight up, you'll figure it out.
Like this.
college student atmosphere. But she want to sit up there talking about 40 plus men with health issues. Now, is it just me, or is the cholesterol in this room higher than the ceiling?
He's continuing to get his simp wake-up call. Dr. Dex. Yeah, like y'all, I was wondering, hey, where you been at for the last 5 decades? Where you been at? You old enough to know what was going on. Definitely seen what was happening. At least in the past 3 decades, you're old enough to know. What was he thinking? I tell you what he was thinking. He thought he was protected. He thought that he had immunity from these Keishas because he's always simping for them. And they gave him that simp wake-up call. And now they're going to continue to go at him and try to turn him into some sort of horn dog predator looking to take these women on tizzy tours, looking to take these Keishas to Pound Town. Because look what this big back said.
This is a video response to Dr. Dex, the elderly black gentleman who came onto TikTok to say that black women were not responding to his introductions.
Right there. What do you mean advances? She's trying to be funny. Well, not being fun, but look what she's doing. Advances. Well, you saying he tried to proposition them? Well, what are you trying to say?
What's that big back part?
That he approached them on something other than hello? Advances. He said hello. That's all he said, hello. He didn't ask them to go on a tizzy tour. Just hello.
In the grocery store. In response to Dr. Dex, I have 3 stories.
We don't care about them. We don't care about them, Big Back. We don't care about your stories. All that cake batter on your face. You got some nerve. Like somebody's trying to holler at you. Ain't nobody hollering at you. Look at you. You're done for. Look, even the super washed elderly Keishas who are responsible for a lot of this disrespect towards black men. Keishas, even Keishas before her, Keishas before her. Look what this wash Keisha has to say. Look what she has to say.
Number one, it looks like you're shopping at night. A woman is not going to engage with you in a grocery store at night.
That is a lie. And when you mean engaging, it's just conversation. And that's not even what he was asking for. What is she talking about? We in the groceries, we go grocery shopping. We see men and women talking all the time. It could be about anything. It could be about the season. It could be about what's happening currently. You know, it could be, you know, Christmas, the 4th of July, Halloween. A lot of times, if you shopping at night, a lot of times that's where a lot of families be going to, going shopping, because that's the time when they have enough time to get off of work and go and get the stuff that they need. You see families in there all the time.
Look at you tired.
You have more important things to do than me.
Oh boy. It was interesting.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I am not being submissive. If you want to be with me, you need to be the provider. You need to be the protector. You need to make sure my hair is done, my nails done, my feet are done. Look at my yard. I need my grass cut every single week.
What up? This is Solo Traveler ORD, back with another video review. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell while you are here. So with this video review, let's go into the whole thing with dating in the black culture and what's going on and why men are starting to leave, especially black men in particular, are trying to leave the United States to find love elsewhere. And I'm going to show you the reasons why. The reason why this is going on, because once we look at these videos, you can see the interaction that's going on. You will understand that this is why brothers are leaving Western culture and they're trying to find something different, whether it be going to Asia, Africa, to Europe, Eastern Europe, and as well as South America. There's reasons for that. So let's go ahead and jump into the videos and see what up.
If a man takes a woman out to eat, do you feel him spending his money on that good time? The woman should reciprocate, not necessarily a dinner, but something in return for him. Like what?
Energy, time.
But he gave his time, energy, and presence to you.
Yeah, but he wanted me to give. He wanted my time.
But okay, so you didn't want to
If he
go on a date.
asked me out on a date, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna give him my time.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. So what you're saying is, a man should not ask a woman on a date. He should wait for her to ask.
That's not what I said.
The reason I say that is because you didn't want to be there. You don't want to reciprocate. You feel like
I didn't want to be there. I said yes.
You just said your presence is reciprocal to the money he's spending. Even though his time, his energy, he's giving you that. You giving him time and energy, but that's not equal. Is that equal?
It is.
Okay.
You gotta pay attention to this, because the reason why she could say that is because she has pretty privilege and that she has had a lot of men basically chase after her, and because of that, for her, she believed that only just for her showing up is enough. That's all she needs to do. This is when a lot of the Sims gotta take an L for what they've done, especially in the culture in the United States, because you got women like this that think that all they have to do is bring themselves, and that's equal to you spending money on the date. I'm sorry, that's not equal at all. Bring themselves, and that's equal to you spending money on the date. I'm sorry, that's not equal at all.
Okay, listen. Hey, listen, let me land. Alright? So, he brings his time and energy, you bring your time and energy. It's equal. Now, he brings the money that he paid for. Now, what do you bring? Okay, you bring yourself, he brings himself.
Okay.
It's okay, now that's equal except for the part of the money that he spends. So, what are you doing in reciprocation to the money part?
Just being there.
No, but he's just being there.
He wanted me to be there with him. So
so you don't want him to be there. I'm asking you a question.
I mean, he don't gotta be there.
So that's all I'm saying is, you see that women do not value a man's time and energy because they feel like they bring their time and energy and you should bring some money. Which
basically they believe that their time and energy is more important than you. They have no respect for men. That's basically what it is. They believe that men are just a wallet for just to give out money to them, and that's all it is. Kind of sad that this is how they perceive men to be.
Means they discount your time and energy as if it's not even there. You're discounting the value of him.
I'm not.
If you weren't, you would say, okay, well, I'm gonna reciprocate because everything is balanced. His time and energy, your time and energy. Himself, yourself. His money. What do you bring?
If you understood balance, then you wouldn't be asking me that question. Because a woman and a man, that's yin and yang. That's the balance right there.
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
If you knew a woman, the balance that a woman brings in your life, then you would know the value that
tell me if what she says is making sense. Listen, he brings himself, you bring yourself. That's equal, right?
Okay.
Then he brings some money. You can't bring yourself again. We already did you. So what are you bringing to reciprocate for the money he's bringing is what I'm asking.
I said it already.
Yourself.
Yeah.
So which means If you're saying yourself, then what you're saying is you are more valuable than him. Him coming and you coming is not the same. You bring more value.
If somebody wants my time.
You talking in circles, you see.
No, I'm not.
You talking in circles. Trying to tell these dudes something that what you're pretty much saying is these women don't value you like that. They believe they're more valuable than you. It's that simple. I don't feel like she's more valuable than me.
Point blank, that's what it is, exactly what it is. That's what she said. In so many words, she don't want to say it directly out that she's more valuable than him. That's what it is. And the part that she brought up, saying that women should know what value women should bring to the table, we do know the value. We do know the value of foreign women, what they bring compared to women in the States. A lot of women in the States don't bring much value. They basically bring debt, and they cause you to lose value because of what they bring with them. So yes, we know the value. That is why a lot of men, especially in the States, are asking what value do you bring, because most of the women in the States don't bring much value at all. Move on.
So the lady came on here and said nothing but the harsh truth. She said the dating pool is trash because you guys are taking advice from hoes. And when Kevin Samuel said that you guys wished death on this man, you were angry, you were outraged. But the truth is there's tricks and then there's boyfriends, okay? And it's so true, we're expecting boyfriends to be tricks. But it's like, do we know what tricks do? And what they require? And you're telling women... Listen guys, I think it's enough now. We've enjoyed them. They were funny. And that's all they were meant to be, is funny. You're not meant to take those women seriously. If you want to be in a healthy, stable relationship, you don't listen to them. Thank you.
And that is why men are moving accordingly in the States and just using women in the States as target practice until they fly out to another country. And then, here's the kicker. Once they start flying out, it's over. They don't want you anymore. They don't want to kick with these women anymore because of the fact that it's like coming from, like I've stated before, coming from a fast food restaurant to a 5-star restaurant. Overseas, it's 5-star restaurant, you're eating good, you're getting treated good, treating too well. That is hard to come back. That men will be at the airport almost in tears, crying, coming back because they know they're leaving something good. They're leaving this experience that they've actually, experienced compared to what they've been dealing with in the West. So, tell you, they're leaving. Brothers ain't having it anymore.
Why is it that every single time I try to hit the dating scene, I am instantly proved wrong? Instantly proved wrong. Like, no, don't go there, don't go there, don't go there. I was talking to this guy off Tinder, and we were gonna hang out, and he wanted to take me out, whatever. I'm like, cool, let's go, sounds like a great time, like super casual conversation. And we check in with each other the day we're supposed to hang out. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning. This guy gonna proceed to talk about, oh, if we have a good time, I might have to take a honey pack. Excuse me? Who said we were fucking? Here's the thing, and I don't know if I speak for all women, but I speak for myself. It doesn't take much to fuck for free. A girl will fuck you because she likes you, because she's attracted to you, because you treat her nice, because you took her to dinner. Like, trust me, a girl will fuck for free.
Okay, so if a girl would do it for free, you just basically just secure exactly what he said. He's like, yo, this is going well, this is going good. That tonight I may have to tear that up because we're having a good time. So now with her coming back with the talking like, I don't know. I don't understand. What's the point? Why are you complaining now? Because he stated it? Now you're offended? Come on now.
Same way guys will fuck for free. It's very common, okay? But as soon as you assume and stop being a gentleman about it, now I don't want it. Now I don't want it. And since you're talking to me like a hoe, you might as well pay me like a hoe because
didn't pay you.
Where in your mind did you correlate me meeting up with you to like I'm gonna pop a honey pack? And then he goes on to ask if I have girls for his friends.
all the Nigerians to come to the front because I'm trying to figure out why.
Sorry about that. Wrong video. Oh boy, but yeah, there's a video I want, that wasn't it. I wanted to show you, this will stay on the same, it's the same thing. I think this is the one that's not what I'm looking for. Here it is. Let me catch up. I want to show you what he said in the beginning when it came to women.
Yeah, he said, I like how you worded that. I like how you worded that, Darkest. He said, or Mr. Darkest, that is. He says, great hardware is the software, ladies. The software. He said, I want a woman that ages like Shaka Khan. Shaka is looking good, man. She been looking good for about a good 7-8 years, man. She got herself a diet, exercise, and you can't tell Shaka nothing. She looking like the old Shaka. I've seen her in concert a couple times. Excellent show. If you ever get a chance to see Shaka Khan in concert, brother, go. Go, 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 go. There are certain people you definitely need to see in concert while they're still around. Shout out to you guys. Let me scroll down. I may not read everybody, but I want to make sure I get everybody. He said, damn, Andre. He said, call out Big Mama. Got her dirt too. You know, we all know Big Mama had dirt. Every time you turn around, somebody, especially in the South, every time you turned around, somebody was saying, well, you know that's not your little brother. What? No, that's not your big sister. What do you mean that's not my big sister? That's your mama. What? That's not my mama. That's my big sister. No. She had you. She got pregnant when she was young. And in order to not bring shame on the family and on the land, I took you under my wing and I said that you was my child. But really, your big sister, to believe a woman. Do we not do that though? We believe anything a woman say because we think that is a noble thing to do. She is straight. She is straight, and she will say, take the test. Absolutely correct. Track and field, 1906, the Jesse Owens years. He said the community kata talks like that. They shame common sense. Shaking my head. And that's true. Faldy's in the building, representing with the $2 love. He said, why are they still single? How much time do you got? Shout out to you. And shout out to my man Raymond in the building. Mr. Turner. He said, I will only raise the kids I father. Absolutely correct. You know, I've done the stepdad thing for 14 years to some good kids. So I don't have any bitter stories, but I still wouldn't wish it on anybody. He said, T-Mac said, do they offer layaway for the bride price? Shh, they want it all. They want it all. Telonia said this. He said, Andre, he said, I just got Louis Vuitton, a new release today called, let me write that down, called Sung Sun, Unsung Song. It's a banger. Okay, cool. That Louis V cologne. Cool. Write that down. Yes, sir. Appreciate that, brother. He $1,000 for my price. He said that bitch better be a virgin woman who never had sex. Absolutely correct. That's how it's supposed to be. He said, cruising during the summers are often girl gone wild. That's sad. I mean, even when we used to do cruises, when I used to do cruising, you could smash some chicks on a cruise ship, and it was just that. During the day, it was just a regular cruise ship, and you wouldn't know that who got smashed overnight. Now, that's one thing I can say. Sex on a cruise ship is super, super super easy. Super easy. But it was all discreet. It wasn't wild, you know. You kept the party in the club, you know. For example, if they had a party event, it was in the clubs, you know, in the nightclubs on the cruise ship. It was never all on the deck and people wilding and all that. No, man. Taking in the building, salute to you as well, brother. Glad that you're here. Salute to you as well. Let me scroll down a little bit more, and then I'm gonna shout to my man Cam B. This, men, that. Passport bros, this, men, that. Women do this, women do that, right? Remember that video? Kind of basically went viral. That woman did not know how to be strategic. Even if she had something to say, which is cool, she didn't know what to say or didn't realize what to say and what not to say, especially in front of your man, in front of a camera, in front of a room full of other adults. There are some things that's your opinion, but like my mom used to say, there are some things that happen in the house is for the house. There are some things that happen in your house is for your house. And ain't nobody else supposed to hear the opinions of what happens in your house because it's for your house. These new modern women, they just let it all out. They're not strategic with their tongues. One of the first signs that you guys should always talk about, I want a feminine woman. I want a woman with femininity. Watch how strategic or lack of strategy that she has with her tongue. I don't care if her attitude, I don't care how sexy she looks, I don't care how soft-spoken she is. Like I said, several times Kevin Samuels have still corrected women that were very soft-spoken, that sound extremely feminine. And yet they were 100% wrong and tried to check Kevin when they were wrong. They didn't take accountability, but they had the softest voices that you ever heard. They were not strategic with their tongue. Look for you a woman that knows how to be strategic with what she says in public, especially when you are not around. With this scenario with this young lady, we're going to go back to it. Her man is not even around. Look at how she's talking to another man in front of a camera. Man, my woman would never, talk like that to another man, especially in front of a camera. Andre got male friends from high school back in the day. We're talking about that today, how one of her male friends is going through a separation. And he was married like forever and a day. And they've been like cool since high school, like 9th grade. Her brother knows them and they all grew up in the same neighborhoods, right? And he would never talk about his physical exploits with his wife currently. With Andrea would never dare. I would never have to worry about Andrea talk about what happens in our bedroom to another dude. That is not feminine. That is not ladylike to say these things. Guys, look out. Now, I harped enough on that one, but I'm going to let that one go. I'm going to bring it back one more time so you guys can get that in your spirit regarding that. And she thinks that what she's saying is a flex.
I've heard it before. People have said it. Women age like milk, men age like fine wine. I've heard it 1,000 times, right? For me personally, I'm going to say this. Me, maybe I am cooked. But you know what? I'm cooked and it tastes delicious because I was not given what I needed to give when I was in my 20s. I didn't know my body. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what I liked. I didn't know how to fuck. I didn't know how to suck. I didn't know how to throw it back. Now I can do all of those things plus more. I understand who I am as a woman. My emotional maturity is here. And at the end of the day, I know that it feels like there's women who are jaded because they've been with so many men and now they're cooked. I understand that perspective. But personally, for me, I feel so into my bag as a 30-year-old because...
Then after 34, 35, man, think about this. When I cook some food, All right, it's cooked, right? Now I ate some, then it's leftovers. Then I put it in the refrigerator. After so many days, you gotta throw it out. You know what I'm saying?
This is crazy.
Like, how long do Thanksgiving food last after Thanksgiving? How many days we giving it?
Reserve.
3? Then you throw it out. So that means if you cooked at 30, 35, we gotta throw it out. I'm just saying, but listen,
that's crazy.
I will say this. This is for the man who's looking for a new relationship. This is for a man who's looking for kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like cooked food. Personally. I don't got time to season nothing. Like, give it to me already prepared.
True.
Correct. That's where I'm at. You know what I mean?
I just feel like
I'm good with cooked food.
I feel like, you know what?
Don't feel that way. Hey, listen.
No,
you got a market.
No, I'm gonna keep it so real with you right now when I say this. I have no lack of people who want me. Like, it's not given that. So I don't feel.
What do you mean once you?
It's not just
wanna
sexually.
Do something
No,
with
it's not just sexually. I don't care what Norma says. It's not just
wanna
sexually.
Be with you?
Yes, people love me, adore me, my vibe, my energy.
Every dude wanna be with a girl when they see him.
No. You can have that argument you want. I know I'm a hot commodity.
Which woman have we heard that did not say that they were a hot commodity? Yeah, that was kind of. He said cooked at 30. He said throw it out at 35. That would have been a good Kevin Samuels line. Shout out to our brother Kevin. R.I.P. What woman does say that they're not a hot commodity? Let's go through it. White women in the West think they're a hot commodity. Black women in the West think they're a hot commodity. The Asian women, the Latin women, every one of them say they're a hot commodity. The Slim Goody, she thinks she's a hot commodity. The 70% of the overweight women in North America think they're hot commodities. You can't tell big girls in the United States they ain't hot commodities. You crazy. Which one of them have come to the reality of that they ain't as hot as they think they are? Paul Pierce, a man. In other words, what Kevin Samuels would say, the market is telling you what the market wants. But you're telling the market as a toaster, I'm the best toaster that's out there. There is no better toaster than me. I don't care if you got a toaster oven. I am the best old school toaster there is. When the market is saying, you've been on the show for over 35 years. If you've been on the show for 35 years as a toaster, that means that nobody wants you like you think they want you. A lot of times women don't want to realize that the market, men are the ones, are the market. Women give access to intimacy. Men create and give access to relationships. This was long before Kevin, even though Kevin used it. Women don't want to admit that. They really think that they have control over relationships. They really don't. If we don't approach for the most part, they ain't getting caught in most countries. There are some countries, like in Europe, where women do the approaching, but for the most part, most countries, most women, they aren't approaching you. So if we don't approach that particular person, they don't get into a relationship. We've got the authority over relationships, like they have the authority over the intimacy, whether they're going to spread their legs or not. Absolutely correct, dude. Hey, ain't nothing wrong, girl. You said what you? How old are you? You said 37. You can get smashed. 34. You can get smashed. 31. Yes, you can get smashed. A lot of dudes that like you guys that already got your kids, you can get smashed. Yes, I already got my kids anyway. I don't need you. You 37. I don't need you for kids anymore. Bam. You 43. I don't need you for kids. I got 2 kids anyway. Both of them are 19 and 27. Bam, I smashed you because I already got kids. I'll say this again. A lot of dudes will smash a female that age simply because y'all already got kids. So y'all ain't looking for anybody that's of childbearing age. So yeah, you get smashed. And women think just because they got a bunch of simps, and all you dudes that are simps, the disappointment, you just do not know how deep the disappointment goes that us average men have for you. You are a disappointment. From Cassie's husband to Russell Wilson to Travis Hunter and beyond. You dudes that simp for these women who continue to justify and allow these women on a global basis to believe in themselves that what you would fall for, most men would fall for. You see, that's the problem with the simp. You've did something, you fell for it. So now most women think, I got a girlfriend and my girlfriend got married and she was 315 pounds. It's love for anybody. There's somebody out there for anybody. You know why? Because you simps married a woman that's 315 pounds. Now you got that choice, but don't allow. See, if you simps was to speak up, here we go. If simps were to speak up and say, hey, what I did is not the norm. I realized that I like big girls like that, you know, obese, large ankles, big toes, big feet. I need a woman whose feet wider than my feet. They ain't got to be long, but they got to be wide. If you like wide feet women, if you stand in the mirror looking at your back and her back is bigger than yours and you in love, we ain't hate, but tell the truth. That's you. You simps need to go out there, Russell. Go out there and tell the world, most men wouldn't marry Sierra. Most men would smash Sierra, but most dudes ain't like me. They ain't gonna marry Sierra. Travis Hunter, you just got to the NFL. Everybody know your woman is trash. She told you she trash. Literally told you, I got an attitude problem, I got a mouth problem, blah, 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 blah. You need to be a young man and say, oh, hey, young men, y'all got contracts? Hey, listen, I understand. I simped. That doesn't mean that y'all got to simp. Cassie, tell your husband come to the front of the room. Hey, white boy, check it out. Y'all not exempt. You married Cassie knowing that 8 months before y'all got married, she was still doing freak offs. She was still driving over to Diddy's house, still texting Diddy, still heading over there doing freak offs because she couldn't do freak offs with you. You need to go ahead and be a man and say, hey fellas, I married Cassie. I like a freaky freak. But that don't mean that y'all gotta do what I did. I'm an anomaly. My simping is not what normally what dudes would do. See, what simps do, simps usually get with a female that most men wouldn't even dare touch. And then try to make it seem like that's the norm because they woman run off the mouth. And a bunch of women run off the mouth. See, Cassie's husband let men nut all over her face and then let her come home after getting nutted all over. Why can't you other men let a woman just get nutted all over and come home and treat you like...
Oh, that's getting kind of heavy there. Yeah, I'm going to stop it right there. Ooh, yeah, Andre get really... I get his point. Yeah, this is what I've learned. You know, I was, that really nice guy that, listened to the problems and things like that. And what I learned is that some women, it's kind of good when I look back at it, I didn't really get intimate with certain women. Because when you take time to get to know a person and hear what they're really about, you learn a whole lot. And there's some women, you should just wait till you got to a relationship that led to marriage. Because that's basically what this video I learned is that you have to have character. Men, you have to because the point of these videos is to show you what type of character women are out there. From a man's point of view. A woman can probably make the same video about men, but I'm just saying from a man's point of view, this is what we got. And even the nicest, non-confrontational, I had a limit. I didn't let those kind of women like Travis Hunter's girlfriend and Cassie and when I would date in my past, no. They did something like that, I just pull away. I just let them go. Let them go. And it's just that, and I was just that formal nice guy, a real nice guy. Because one thing I learned, my friend, my barber told me this. Will told me, he said, James, when you be so humble, people will take advantage of you. And that's in anything in life. So you gotta have a standard. You gotta let people know you ain't gonna take their mess. And that's what it comes down to. And it's like when you get older, you don't have time for that. As you get older, you're not gonna have the same patience to deal with some dumb stuff when you get an older man. Especially when you've been that guy that's been through so much crap. You just have to take some time to value out what you're looking for. And I like what he said in the one video. He said you gotta have borders and boundaries. What you're going to allow, what you can't allow. And that's what it is. And the reason why these women are still single is because look at how the way they present themselves. There's no decorum, there's no class, there's no femininity. And they have to, the right women that these successful men meet have ladylike qualities that maybe their grandmothers and their mothers had, who are still married to their fathers and grandfathers. That's the difference in a relationship. And you have a lot of women in America that don't have that. There's a certain percentage of women that don't have that. Their mother may have it to a certain degree. Their grandmother may have it when she was living or she's still living. Or their aunts or grand-aunts. But a lot of women, you can see how the way their mindset is. It's horrible. I mean, look how vile and foul and violent that you see how some women are talking. So if you present yourself that way, you're going to attract the type of man that way. I can, do whatever in the bedroom, whatever. Well, you're going to get that. Whatever you speak out, you get back. Whatever the mouth, the tongue, is the most thing is you have to be very wise to use it. And there's a lot of people don't know how to use their tongue and wisdom right. And it's so-called keeping it real. It's one thing to keep it real, but it's one thing to keep it real and classy. So you don't have a lot of, you don't have the man that could be that want to be a relationship with you. And a lot of women are not very mature to have a man to be a. And so I believe the women, that's something that there are women who have a least amount in a different part of the world know how to train and keep the mindset on being a wife or watching what it's like to be a wife. Instead of thinking that it's a pick-me. And I like what he said in his video that his wife is smart in business and everything, but she still love him, she still cook him his meal and whatever. And they both successful. But it don't make her less of a woman. And she's a very smart woman. His wife is really smart, Andres, and she's a businesswoman. But it's the character of the woman. And it's like, that's what it's come down to. And a lot of these women have gone overseas and find out, a lot of American and Western women found out they don't have the characteristics of these women in these countries. That's something that they automatically do for the men. That's why they have the men. And then they find out that the men in those countries don't have the income like the men. They might have a certain flaws that they don't have that men here. So now they go down there and they put all their business on TikTok and YouTube talking about, well, the dating market here is this and this and this and this. That's why. And it's just because Western women, there's going to be, and I said it a long time ago, there's going to be a lot of lonely Western women. And then people can't figure out why is all these good-looking women in America, a good percentage are single. To the men out there, watch their personalities. When you get with them, they can put on the face, but that other side is going to sooner or later come out. The other side is going to come up out of them, and you're going to see why. Just like in other places in the world, men don't want to deal with them. They're going to cast them away. I said a long time ago, their mouth is their own destruction, and they just don't know how to. Don't have that decorum, and that's something they have to choose and allow the Most High to make them into the woman, and train their tongue and change their mindset. That's the main thing. That's the only way they're gonna get a successful man. But until that, you're gonna get tired running through men, running, and you can play and maneuver it, but you're gonna get tired. And in the end, you're going to be a 60, 70, 80-year-old lady going to be alone with no husband. Just like they try to pick at us men about us playing the field, well, they're going to be in the same direction. Maybe they need to take their own advice instead of picking at men. Well, if you learn to be a woman and learn that God make you to the woman that you are, you have the successful man for your husband at the be. That's the whole point of this video. But now you see the characteristics of the women that you see put their stuff online. Now there are men out there who have the resources, see these attractive women. Oh, I don't want that. And what does it tell if black men don't want it? What makes you think the other races of men want to deal with a person than with? Because they're looking for a good personality too. I'm just saying. Alright then guys, sorry it's a little long video, but like, subscribe, see you till next time.